All right, here's a quick, hopefully quick, demo of Niagara and hooking it up. It's going to be pretty basic and simple. Um, let's just whip up a new Niagara system from a selected emitter. We'll grab a simple sprite burst, and let's call this our exhaust demo. And you'll see I'm going to use this UV smoke material that's built in. It's pretty simple. It's basically it comes with this sample content, and there's just a sprite sheet, if you will. So let's come in here, and we can hook up that sprite sheet. Right? So we'll wire up that, and it's an 8x8 UVs. And let's just keep this super simple. In the emitter spawn, instead of an instantaneous, let's just spawn. Let's, let's just spawn like this will be. Let's see. I think it's like a number of particles per second. So you can see it just popping up here. The other thing we can mess with is when the particle is initialized. Let's see. We have a sprite size. We have a rotation. Pick a random rotation. And that's cool enough for now. Let's just keep it super simple like that. So basically, it's just a puff of smoke, right? every second or two. So now, if we wire up our dude, this is the stock Unreal guy, right? And this is really the focus of what I wanted to do. It's less about the system, but how to integrate with it. So if we add our exhaust demo to the guy, you can see it kind of in the viewport here. Let's move it up so you can kind of see the puff of smoke every once in a while. And when I run right now, it's going to be super lame, right? So we're going to run, and sure enough, it's a puff of smoke every once a second or something like that. Oh, it's not set to looping, so here's another little thing somewhere over here. Is it in spawn? Yeah, we'll set the loop behavior to infinite. So this way, now when we run around, dude is giving a puff of smoke every second. Okay, so clearly now, what we want to do is drive that from his velocity, right? So if we were to print out, and this is another super useful thing, which I'm sure most everybody already knows, but if you print out the velocity, you can see when you're running around how fast your guy is, right? So you'll see now X or Y or Z is going, up to 600 or so. And in fact, what we want to use to drive the particle system, instead of the velocity, let's just take the length of that. So it'll go, basically from 0 to 600 based on my speed. So boom, to 600, back to 0. Okay. So now this is the part where I think it's sometimes less than intuitive, and it's actually really easy to wire up Niagara. So let's use our velocity to drive that spawn rate, right? So if you come in here, remember how we added this spawn rate, and instead of setting it to 1, what we can do is actually create a brand new user parameter. And so this went in here, created a user parameter called spawn rate, right? And then we can set that here on the tick. So as we're running around, we can grab our particle system, set a parameter, and it's called spawn rate because we just created it. And we can feed our velocity magnitude into that. So now, when we're running full blast, let me use my gamepad here so I can walk slower. So if I walk slow, it's spawning a little bit. If I walk fast, it spawns a ton. So that's cool that we're driving. In fact, let's go one step further and let's drive the size based on that, right? So one of the initialized particles is the sprite size, and right now it's uniform square of 50. But if we switch this, we could we could just switch this to spawn rate, but the problem with that is it's always going to be, you know, up to 600, which is a little bit too big. So you can do an expression, and this will actually, you type in custom HSL. So if we come in here and we just say user.spawn rate, because that's what we had before, but we're going to scale that. So it's going to go from 0 to 60, which is a more reasonable size. And so then with that change, we're letting our velocity drive both the size and then the shape. Now it's not moving, so we could probably give it a little velocity, and then we're kind of done. So if we flip over here to our initialized particle, and let's add a velocity piece. So we'll add some velocity. Let's just say we want to go a random range. So we could say, you know, let's go from 0 to, I don't know, 20. But Z, let's push it up to about 20 to 40. And save that. And now that should about do it. So now we have our dude. And when we run, he's got some puffs coming out of his head. And when he runs fast, it's like a big old exhaust fume. Again, it's just a super contrived example, but the idea, if I go really slow, he's just like smoking a little cigarette, right? So the idea is that you can wire up and control the parameters really easily from Niagara, but it's sometimes a little bit funny to do that. So that's it. Just a quick little demo. Hopefully somebody found this useful. See you.